Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, here with another NFL Prize Picks video. We've been knocking out these NBA ones daily. Did really well in NFL's divisional round last week. Hopefully you made some money with those. Hopefully the NBA videos have been helping you in your research process as well. Well, we got the conference championship games this weekend where we got Cincinnati at KC, 54.5 over under. KC favored by 7. We got San Francisco at the LA Rams, 46.5 with LA favored by 3.5. We've seen both of these matchups before, so we can go back and look at them a little bit and kind of pull up some things of how we think the games are going to go. I got about 6 picks I'm going to tell you about. If this video helps you in your research process, you find value in it, please hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, and let's just dive right into these. All right, as you can see, I have the Prize Picks desktop app behind me. If you don't have a Prize Picks account, head on over there, use promo code DFSArmy, and get that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And you can just play some of these plays, use them for some of your research, dig into them a little bit more, all kinds of stuff. So first one on the board here. For me, this one's kind of easy. Joe Burrow, man. He's been unbelievable this year. I don't know how we just don't take this over. We got a massive over-under. They're going to be playing from behind. They're going into KC here instead of the matchup that they had earlier in the year, back on January 2nd, where they played KC. He went 30 for 39, 446 yards, and 4 touchdowns at home against KC, where they beat him by 3 here. So I just feel like we're going to see a ton of points scored in this game. So does Vegas. Going into KC, I think he falls a little bit short, man, but there's a ton of magic here going with Joe Burrow. So 280 just feels way too low. To me, this should be more over 300 yards here. He's just going to throw a ton. I worry with that offensive line a little bit and him getting sacked. He did get sacked 4 times in that game against KC earlier, and he does get sacked a ton, but he finds the way to get the ball out. He finds the way to get the ball out, and that's going to lead me here to the next pick. We're going to pair him up with his old running mate out of LSU. We're going to hit Jamar Chase over 79.5 receiving yards, and we're going to go the over on this one as well. Again, he's going to look to him often. He has all season long. And, if we look back at this game against KC again at home, he set a record with this game. Had 12 targets, 11 for 266, and 3 touchdowns. Now, I don't think we're going to see that again going into KC, but I do think we're going to see double-digit targets here. He's going to lean on him heavy. And for Chase, it only takes 1 ball. The kid's just really special. You can tell that they have that connection back to their LSU days. I think he was a great pickup. They need to work on that offensive line in the offseason regardless of what happens, but they have all the talent in the world and their skill position players. And I think with this game getting from behind, he's going to be looking at Chase early and often. And to me, I think he's going to put up over 100 here. So I'll take the over 79.5 reception yards here for Jamar Chase. And thing as well is I don't mind even taking him if you want to throw a touchdown at him as well, and you want to put the over on that. I really don't like taking a lot of touchdown props, but if you want to throw that in as well, I prefer the yards for sure on Chase, but if you did want to take that, I wouldn't fault you either. The other one we're going to look at, like I said, Burrow's my number 1. Chase is probably my number 3. My number 2 pick that I really like here is actually in the second game here, where we're going to go Deebo Samuel over 49 or 48.5 pass yards or reception yards. I apologize. Reception yards. One thing about Deebo in this matchup, I think they're going to be playing from behind, right? They've played this game twice against the Rams. The Rams don't play a lot of man. They play a lot of zone. And that's something that Deebo Samuel, does really well in. And I think it's not just on Samuel. I think it's Jimmy G. I think he just plays really well against these zone defenses, and I think that helps out Samuel, get some separation, and it's easier for him to hit him. And the big thing is, we all know when Deebo gets the ball in open space, that dude is a tank. I mean, he is going to get yards after the catch, and I think that's what really helps this over 48.5 reception yards. Again, this is the second one. If I had to pick a 2 player power play, it would be the over on Joe Burrow, and it would be the over on Deebo Samuel here. So in the 2 games that he played the Rams, back on January 9th, he put 4 receptions for 95 yards on 6 targets. And then the last time, and then they played him earlier in November 15th, put up 5 targets, 5 receptions for 97 and a tutty. So again, in both these as well, you know, he gets in the rushing too. Like in that game in November, he had 5 rushes for 36 yards, and then in January, 8 for 45. But I really like the receiving here. I think they're going to have to put up some points. And again, just looking at the matchup and seeing how well he does against zone, I think this is too light. I think he's going to put up 70, 80, 90 yards here. So it's definitely one of my favorite prize picks for the conference championship round here. So again, Joe Burrow 1, Samuel 2, Jamar Chase would be number 3. Let's talk about the last 2 here. Not as confident in them, but I will talk why I do like them here. The next one is Jimmy Garoppolo and 210 passing yards. And I'm going to lean the over here. Again, I think they're going to be playing from behind, right? Now, if we go look back, the last 2 games he's played in the playoffs, going up against Dallas, they smashed him. They didn't really need him to do a lot. So he only put up 172 passing yards. And then that game in Green Bay where it was just bitter cold, not a lot of scoring in that game. He only put up 131 yards. But we go back and look at, some of the games in the regular season before that, played the Rams back in January as well, put up 316 yards on 32 attempts. And I think they're going to have to throw the ball here more. So it's one of those things where I think we can lean on that. Before that, 322, 235, 296, 299, 230. So 6 of his last 6 games outside of the playoffs, he hit it. That just feels a little bit too low for me. It is Jimmy G, and it's one of those things where I definitely don't want to put all my pennies in one basket with him. But if we're talking something down here where you're doing a flex play, or if you want to match some of these other ones that I have a little bit more confidence on, I don't mind taking some shots at him on the over in that game. So again, Jimmy G over 210 pass yards. And then the last one, we're going to go here. We're going to come down here, and we're actually going to go Cam Akers over 15.5 reception yards. Now, he's definitely solidified, it's his backfield. There's going to be no Sony Michel. It's his backfield. He even fumbled the last, couple games. a couple times, and he still got the ball. So he's going to be in there. The thing is I don't think they're going to run the ball a ton. San Francisco is a top 10 rush defense, and they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. We saw it last weekend against Tampa Bay, which is, one of the top rush defenses in the league, where he rushed the ball 24 times and only put up 48 yards, but he had 3 targets and caught 3 balls for 20. So I think we're going to see a little bit more of that, maybe get the ball out to him in space where they're not just running the ball up. So, kind of looking at that, I kind of like the Cam Akers play here as well. And then one other one, if I was going to look and go a little bit deeper out of the 5, I kind of like the Tyler Higbee over 37.5 a little bit. Van Jefferson, it only takes 1 deep ball for him to get over 28.5. He's kind of like one of those things where it's so hard hit or miss with him. But I can understand taking the over there, even though he's the 3rd wide receiver in that, behind Odell Beckham. And I think he's even behind Higbee, really. So that's where I'm kind of looking at here. Again, it should be a lot of fun football. Again, if I had to rank these, if you're looking at playing power plays and want to play the top 2 or play all 5, Joe Burrow is my favorite. Deebo Samuel is my 2nd. Jamar Chase is my 3rd. Jimmy G is my 4th. And then Cam Akers is my 5th if I was going to rank these top 5 picks here. So with that, again, if this helped you in your research process and you feel like it bring a little value to you in these NFL videos or any of the videos that I do over here at PrizePicks, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I'll just keep knocking these out. Any questions, hit them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer each and every one of them, and let's win some money. I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.